Mr. Vice Chair, quorum present.
Yeah, thank you. I am signing in. All right, good morning, everyone. We're going to get started. This is the September 23rd edition of the Atlanta City Council City Utilities Committee. I'm Howard Shook. I'm the Vice Chair. Chair Lewis will be along shortly. He has asked me to get started, and I'm going to comply with that. Ms. Boone is to my right. Mr. Westmoreland and Mr. Wan fill out our quorum. So having called meeting to order, I'll move to adopt the agenda as printed. Second by Wan. Let's open the vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. The agenda has been adopted. Okay,
so as regards to minutes, you'll recall we did the committee work in committee of the whole last time. But I will make a motion to approve the minutes of the August 27th meeting. Second by Wan. Let's open that vote.
The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. The minutes have been approved.
Thank you. Do we have anyone signed up for public comment?
No, Mr. Vice Chair, we do not.
All right, thank you. That takes us to communications. 25C0111 is a communication from Mayor Dickens appointing Mr. Cyril Turner to serve as Commissioner of the Department of Public Works for the City of Atlanta. And he is here. Come on up.
Good morning. How are you today?
All right. Good morning.
Good.
Thanks for being here.
Sure. Delighted.
I think, have you had a chance to meet all of us?
Look around the room. I think, yes. I think everybody now. Yes.
All right. Excellent.
And there's a few short, but I'm still working my way around too.
Close enough for government work. Why don't you tell us and the public about how you came to be here?
Sure. My career was really largely at the Coca-Cola Company, Coca-Cola Enterprises, at Delta Airlines, and some not-for-profit work as well. And in particular, I worked for a local not-for-profit last year where I volunteered my time with Chris 180. Prior to that, I also worked for an organization called Year Up. Year Up is an organization to help young adults be able to get college-paying jobs within a year's time with a combination of soft and hard skills. And so kind of working backwards, at Delta Airlines, I ran 3 businesses simultaneously. One is Delta Global Services. And by the way, the record shows that it was sequentially, but there were add-ons. It started out with Delta Global Services, where we were able to grow the team from 4,500 employees in roughly a dozen locations to 23,000 employees, all U.S. states, Guam, Nassau and Bahamas, parts of Central and South America. If it were a standalone company headquartered in Georgia, it would have been the 12th largest employer. Then I inherited Delta Private Jets, which at the time was a struggling airline. We had 5 aircraft. We were able to grow it into 75 aircraft and make it very profitable. And after a transaction with Wheels Up, it's the 3rd largest private jet company in the world. Then I got Delta Connection, which is a regional airline comprised of 6 airlines, one of which is a subsidiary of Delta called Endeavor. But the 5 other airlines we managed, sort of think Southwest and Republic and such. And the fleet represented about 1/3 of the fleet for Delta. And I could get into my Coca-Cola experience, but that was most recent.
All right. So this is your first foray into government.
It is early in my career, and I was reminded of this morning. I did some work for the Charlotte-Mecklenburg County as a consultant, and then later at Cobb County. But it was a consultant, so I wrote a report, and who knows what happened.
You're in for a treat. I see that the COO Birch is here. Do you have any comments?
Good morning, Mr. Chair and members of City Utilities Committee. Again, LaShondra Burks, Chief Operating Officer for the City of Atlanta. You've heard Mr. Turner kind of give his background, a little bit about himself, but I can tell you that his extensive leadership experience and proven ability, what we have seen is to drive operational excellence, actually makes him uniquely suited to guide this vital department as we look to double down on delivering cleaner, safer, and more efficient services to our residents. I will also say that under his leadership, we will continue to advance initiatives designed to combat what we call crime and grime, working alongside code enforcement to target blight properties and hold owners accountable, organizing community cleanups, and addressing illegal dumping. And so, again, between his background and where we're taking the Department of Public Works, it is the mayor's request, as I stand before you today on his behalf, to ask that you move forward with the confirmation of Mr. Cyril Turner as the Commissioner for the Department of Public Works.
Oh, thank you. And we have had the opportunity to have a brief conversation. I always enjoy 6 months later when I get to ask, and what have you experienced that you didn't expect to experience? And that question will fall to someone else next time. Questions or comments? Ms. Boone.
Welcome aboard. Welcome. Have you had a chance to go out to Chester and Maddox Park yet?
Yes, actually.
To visit?
Yes, I've been to both, and actually went out on a route ride last week in PPE, proper PPE, and but did a bulk ride as well as a yard trimmings ride as well. My aim is to make it around all the facilities and do all the jobs. Not a photo op, but to really learn the process. And so I'm working my way around, but I've been to Chester 3 times, Maddox Park once, Lakewood multiple times, so I'm making my rounds.
Well, welcome, welcome. And we really want to help you with the morale, whatever we can do. That's a big part of public work. So welcome aboard. And
Okay.
We understand you're a graduate of Morehouse College.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Motion to approve by Juan, second by Boone. Before we have the vote, Chairman Lewis.
And I think DPW is one of my favorite departments. Coming out of ASHME, part of my role for 6 years working in the Union International was to work with DPW workers from Florida to Oklahoma.
Sure.
And so I've been able to see the growth of DPW the past 4 years by just growing our staff. And myself and Commissioner Garman were working on some things right before he left, and I know they opened up 50 new positions, or he was trying to open up 50 positions. I want to know if you can look into that, and you and I can talk about that, because we want to make sure those entry-level positions, those 50 that he requested from HR to be opened up, actually filled, so that we can continue doing our job. And I want to know also if you can give me a schedule of when would the cleaning on Cleveland Avenue happen, when would the cleaning on Sylvan Road happen, when would the cleaning on University Road happen. I know it's probably every 3 weeks. I just like to know the week that they'll be happening so that I can adjust, because we typically partner with a nonprofit so they can clean it on the off week.
Okay, I'm taking a note here.
All right, thank you.
All right, motion has been made by Westmoreland, seconded by Boone. If there's something else, let's open the vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. This item is favorable.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I know Commissioner Irely has a couple of new members of his senior team. So if you would like to, please come on up and introduce them to us.
Good morning, Council. Thank you for some time. I'd like to announce a couple of promotions, internal promotions. We have selected a new Assistant Commissioner over Operations, and what that means is this person oversees our water treatment plants, our wastewater plants, our wastewater collections, and our water distribution. So OLEO and what we call OWTR. And I felt it was necessary to have a concentrated effort on overseeing those services and staff. And so with that, I'd like to announce the promotion of Assistant Commissioner for Assistant Commissioner Hugh Smith. He has 28 years of experience in the public sector. He was also the chair for the Alabama and Mississippi AWWA section. They're not large enough like Georgia is to have its own. So we won't question his loyalties for this big weekend's football game on Saturday night. Because we all know the Penn State-Oregon game is a huge game. Also a former recipient of the George Warren Fuller Award, and he also helped lead his town of Meridian as public works director as well, and dealt with the aftermath and recovery from hurricanes as well. So Katrina, yes. And also has a Class 1 water and Class 1 wastewater license. So he's been in the weeds. And with that, if you want to say a few words or anything.
I could be very brief. Good morning, Council, Chairman Lewis. Once again, I'm honored by the opportunity to serve in such a important role with DWM. As Commissioner Early stated, my background is deep into water and wastewater operations. Started out as an intern straight out of college and worked my way all the way up through the ranks and ultimately retired as a public works director. So I do have an extensive background as it relates to utility operation, maintenance, and management, and very excited about the opportunities and the challenges that are here in Atlanta, and I'm just grateful to be part of such a wonderful team. So, having said that,
All right, thank you very much. Questions, comments? Chair Lewis.
Congratulations first. Super happy to see the growth, and when you say from intern throughout, I started as an intern right here in this building as well. So how long have you been with the city of Atlanta?
Actually, believe it or not, this month and in 2 days, it will be 3 years.
Okay.
So I started in September 3 years ago.
Okay.
Like the 27th, I believe. So yeah, almost 3 years.
My goal, I think, for you and our commissioner, my goal this year, we presented awards to all of the water treatment plants except the one on Lakewood. So my goal is to make sure Lakewood gets one of those pristine, one of those cleanliness. So whatever we need to do to improve or to invest in, I'm fully with you on building that up. And go Dogs.
Understood.
All right, we do indeed love seeing in-house promotions. Anything else?
Yes,
All right, thank you.
I do. Yes.
Oh, yeah, Ms. Booth.
Congratulations. Now, will customer service still be under you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And who will be running the front office downstairs? Who will be that?
Currently, we have a interim director, or interim manager, Ms. Constance Johnson. So if you have any immediate concerns, you can contact her. I can give you her information. And as always, I'm still available.
Yeah, because I'm really, really big on the treatment of employees and how people are treated, and
Yes, ma'am.
done those that have, paved the way for a lot of the employees that come, and like you've been here 36 months. So I want to make sure that, everything remains proper.
I share your interest.
Thank you.
Yeah, and passion. Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
Thank you. If there's nothing else, thank you very much. Could you sound our first read, please? Oh, I'm sorry.
I had one more, if
You do. I'm sorry.
if you may. I want to also announce the promotion of Deputy Commissioner Ade Abon. He's now the Deputy Commissioner of Office of Engineering Services. He served in that role as the interim for quite some time. And he has over 25 years of experience here in Atlanta, working for the city of Atlanta, dealing with our consent decree, our water system, and he has over 40 years of total experience altogether. Deputy Commissioner Bobby? Okay. So, and he is a true gentleman. I truly admire him.
Good morning, council members and Chairman Lewis. Thank you for the honor to actually be at the podium just to talk to you. As the commissioner said, I've been with the city since the year 2000. I joined the city April 2000. And, since then, we've done a lot of tremendous work across the city. I came into public works. That was before Watershed was actually, Department of Watershed Management was actually created. Through the division that was named Infrastructure Planning Division then. And we had 4 main programs in that division, which was sanitary sewer, storm drainage program, we had roads and bridges, and we had sidewalks. So we did a lot of work then, and so when Watershed was created, I was moved with all of the wastewater services type projects to the Department of Watershed Management. And since that time, we've built a lot of, we did tunnels, actually, Nancy Creek Tunnel, West Area CSO Tunnel, South River Tunnel and Pump Station, South Fork Peachtree Creek Storage and Pump Station, all of those massive projects, right? I led teams that actually deliver them. And I think I got to meet some of the members, like Mr. One, Councilmember Chuk, and I got, because they visited our projects, Mayor Bottoms, all of the past leaders, our leaders. I can name a lot of names. So it's been that kind of environment that I've worked in where we were challenged with massive complex projects, and I led teams to actually deliver them. As far as my overall experience, I've been in this industry since I was 17, to be precise, 1977. And I worked in construction for 3 years, after which I then went back to college to get degrees in civil engineering. So for me, it's always been this, planning, designing, project management, program management, and delivering construction that will actually meet the owner's needs, And that is critical. That's what I do, is really delivering projects, right? You got to take it from the beginning to the end and make sure that the owner actually was a part of everything, all the development up to that point. That's what drives me every day, is making that happen. I'm open to questions of any sort. I love working for the city. It's been a great honor to have been in the roles that I've played here.
Well, I've been on this committee 22 years, so you and I go way back.
Yes.
And well, an awful lot of what I've learned about what's under the ground has come from you. And he obviously loves his work, and he is a tremendous asset. And I hope you'll be here for a long time to come. It's great to see you here. Congratulations on your promotion. Questions, comments?
Thank you, Chairman Lewis.
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Just one more update on hiring is we had a near miss on our Oleo deputy commissioner, and we went back out and we're back under the recruitment part of that. We are currently hiring, in the process of hiring, interviewing 65 positions, and we have more open and on the way. And we also will be doing a recruitment for a assistant commissioner. So we are hiring. That's what we're doing.
Chairman Lewis.
And thank you again, Commissioner. One quick question, Commissioner. And this is around a basin that needs to be cleaned on Steve Drive, a dead end. We just can't see it. We have 2 manholes that need to be cleared up, preparing for the rainy season. After I went over and seen that, it's a dead end on Steve Drive. I'll give you the address, or if someone can write down the address so we can go and look at it. This looks like a partnership between DPW and DWM, so that we can clean up the front part and make it to where the water actually flow in. But the address would be 2891 Diana Drive. It's the corner of Steve Drive and Diana Drive. But But if we can just look at the District 12, make sure that we prepare for the rainy season, make sure that we're actually clearing out some of our stormwater drainage so that we don't get the flooding this year.
I appreciate that.
But that one in particular,
All right.
if we can get over there as soon as possible, and if you all can send me an update after you go over and look at it.
Okay.
Thank
And if
you.
any other council members have that as well, any hot spots they want us to cover, just reach out.
Thank you again.
It's going to have to rain again before we remember where the problems are.
I got the videos. Oh, South Atlanta, I got the videos.
All right, now we're ready for our first read.
This takes us to our consent agenda, Section G, ordinance for first reading. Item number 2, 25-01545, an ordinance by City Utilities Committee authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to amend the FY 2026 Water and Wastewater Renewal and Extension Fund budget in the amount of $6,250,000.00 to transfer funds from watershed reserves for appropriation to add funds to the Atlanta Drinking Water Renewal and Replacement Project and for other purposes.
All right, thank you. That takes us to Section H, ordinances for second read, first of which is 25-01517. This is an ordinance by City Utilities Committee waiving the listed section of the code to authorize the mayor or his designee to ratify services rendered in connection with the agreement listed water distribution system rehabilitation and improvement upgrades at Hemp Hill with Rockdale Pipeline, Inc., / Integral Municipal Services Corporation, a joint venture, retroactively effective beginning April 9th of this year through the execution of the Sixth Amendment on behalf of Watershed to extend the term of the agreement for a period of 18 months, retroactively effective from April 9 of this year through October 8th of next, to add funds to the agreement in an amount not to exceed $6,443,285.67. All contracted work will be charged to and paid from, et cetera.
Once again, I'm Assistant Commissioner Hugh Smith, Department of Watershed Management. Good morning, Council. Councilman Juan has a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So basically, this is a retroactive request to address some pending invoices from Rockdale Pipeline. Also, we're looking to extend that contract for an additional 18 months to give us time to go through a procurement process to establish a new contract.
And I know what he's going to ask, but go ahead.
No, I'm actually just going to acknowledge it's the retroactive, but my question is more, so the caption says that it's for two sets of work. One is rehabilitation work, and then the other is the Hemp Hill work. What proportion of the contract or the extension is for which part of it? I'm going to start lifting up our forward-thinking work. We're getting a lot of, it's campaign season and a lot of candidate forums. It's coming up a lot in terms of what are we doing with our water infrastructure maintenance and not just response and repair, but what are we doing that's more forward-looking in terms of preventive work. So I'd like to hear from you if you can tell which proportion of this contract is for which set of work.
This amendment strictly addressed the distribution side. It doesn't speak to the Hemp Hill at all. So this portion of the retroactive, or this request itself, strictly addresses the distribution side.
Okay, so while the initial contract had it for both, you're saying the work, the amendment that we're looking at, the extension is just for the, okay.
Correct.
Okay, very good, thank you. I'll move approval.
I will second by Mr. Westmoreland. If there's nothing else, let's open the vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. This item is favorable.
Thank you.
I'm going to move to hold the next two items. Let me read the captions. 25-01526 is an ordinance by Mr. Winston to establish the Community Access Media Board in accordance with a section of the code listed here, which shall provide oversight, guidance, and public accountability for the city's community media services, including but not limited to public, educational, and governmental access, to amend the listed sections of the code here to provide that the Office of Communications shall serve as a liaison to the Community Access Media Board, to amend the listed section of the code to create a new code section to codify provisions related to the establishment of the Community Access Media Board and for other purposes. A companion is 25R 3900, resolution by Winston authorizing the mayor's designee to execute an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Atlanta on behalf of the Mayor's Office of Communications and the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, and on behalf of Georgia State for the operation of the City of Atlanta's community access media, including Channel 24, digital channels, and other educational programs for a term of 3 years, to be paid for by the city in an amount not to exceed $590,000 for the first year, and an amount not to exceed $500,000 in each of the second and third years of the term respectively, and a one-time payment during the 3-year term of up to 40% of the City of Atlanta's PEG, which is Public Educational and Governmental Funds, due under its cable franchise agreement for capital upgrades to the locations for education, training, and production, including a space to be provided by the City of Atlanta at 2 Peachtree Street. All contracted work will be charged to and paid from incentive. Motion is to hold. All right, let's open that vote. I do have a question, but we'll do that after the vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. These items are held in committee.
All right, thank you. And my question is, just what is the timeline we're looking at to bring this new architecture online?
Thank you, Councilmember. Thank you, members of the committee. The timeline, our goal is that by the next committee meeting, we've ironed out the last issues here. So I think that'll be in about 3 weeks. That's our goal timeline. This was a request from Georgia State University. They had a couple things their attorneys wanted to get some additional approvals on to run through their chain. So they requested, a bit last minute, but requested that we hold it for now and give us the next 3 weeks to make sure they have all their approvals in line and we can move forward. But this comes after, a series of conversations and months of negotiations with both Georgia State, and then as part of this agreement would require them to then contract with Atlanta Tech to have a partnership between those two institutions. Everyone's excited to move this forward. The goal is just a couple more weeks. I know we've been talking about this for a long time, and I was very hopeful today would be the final thing. And based on that Georgia State request, we requested to hold this, and hopefully in 3 weeks' time, we'll have this legislation done.
All right, I will say this has been the longest gestation period.
I know. We're aware. We're all in agreement that we're ready to get this done. We want to make sure to get it right.
Yeah,
go ahead.
And I appreciate you wanting to get it right, and I understand the time that it took. It was offline until we took over, and until we started working in utilities on getting this done. I have a couple of questions about it. Just making sure that everyone receives the same thing. I'm thinking about the Atlanta Metropolitan Atlanta Technical College portion of this. And I know that 2 Peachtree Street, the equipment will be going to.
Yeah, so we're going to keep the equipment that we've already invested in at 2 Peachtree there. And the universities are going to work together on how they're going to manage all of this. I think generally 2 Peachtree will be the responsibility of Georgia State, and there'll be additional investments and work into Atlanta Tech as we move forward. And part of that is just geography there, right, and where 2 Peachtree is located right now. But the intent there is that both these institutions, we didn't want to choose, which one. We wanted to make sure we kind of spread it out both geographically, both them, with the demographics of the different institutions, the communities that they serve. We're trying to make sure that both institutions are a part of this to make it a real community effort.
I agree. I just want to make sure they have the same thing. So I know we fought and we made sure we put the right equipment into 2 Peachtree Street. I'm thinking about the parking. Everybody's happy about what's about to happen at Atlanta Tech, Atlanta Metro, because they can get there. It's on the southwest side of the city. And I want to make sure they have the same thing that Georgia State has. And as a city, we've invested and we're giving the equipment to Georgia State. Or are they splitting the equipment?
So, and we can get into this, of course, when it comes forward. We'll have representatives here at the next from both the institutions as well. The reason that the agreement will be with Georgia State instead of with both, one, that's just a simpler process from the legal side, right? It allowed the two entities to make the determinations between them on how they would split the responsibilities of the contract without a singular joint legal entity to contract with. The recommendation from our law department was to contract with Georgia State and put in a requirement that they then contract with Atlanta Tech and split these pieces up. Again, without the existence of a singular legal entity between the two of them, that was the recommendation that was given to us.
Simpler isn't always better. And I know the saying I always hear in my district is, we want what they got. And so I just would like, if as a city, if we're actually doing this, we want to make sure that both have the same equipment, because I know people in my area that have never been above I-20. And so they will only go to the one. They want to have the same exact experience at Atlanta Tech, Atlanta Metro they have at Georgia State. And so I just want to make sure that we get what they got. And so we as a city need to make sure that as we hand it over, that we hand it over the right way, because I know education system, looking at budgets, Georgia State's budget is way bigger than both Atlanta Metro and Atlanta Technical College budget. And so just thinking about what they can afford and making sure we get what they got. I think I'll be right now, the paper, the way it's currently written and the way that it's currently rolled out. And I've been heavy on getting this through when Councilmember Winston was the chair over here. Now that I'm the chair, I'll be heavy on making sure they get both are equal on this. Thank you.
Well, we'll take a look at that and make sure, especially the way it's written. The intent is not to make it that it's Georgia State is, gets this and we're not giving other things to Atlanta Tech. So I hear that, and the way it's written and everything, I'll make sure to work with law so that it's not, that's not the intention, right? There's also other investments in Atlanta Tech, investments in Atlanta Tech's making, and there's no exclusions, of course, across any of those and who can access and who can do it. But I hear you, and I want to make sure that we get this right for the entire of the community.
Yeah, the intent, I know the intent is to put together the best quality, best product as possible.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are some stuff that the intention is amazing, but sometimes there are some stuff that comes out of it. And I'm not just bringing this to you. I talked to the university, so I know this is not just me just bringing this to you. This is me talking and being in the weeds for this since day one. I think when I took over, I said, we're gonna make sure we go back on air and we're gonna do it the right way. And so right now, as you say, we wanna do it the right way, 3 more weeks. One thing that's not included in that is making sure that the equipment that this amazing equipment that we can actually, that helps us do what we say we wanna do, is at both locations.
Understood.
Ms. Moon.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for all the hard work you've done over the years on this. We want to just make sure that everything is equitable.
Right.
Okay, we want to make sure that, and we are watching this project. A lot of people from the outside are interested in this, and equity is the key word, okay? Equity. Thank you.
No, heard and understood that, and that has been a goal, and part of the reason we want to make sure both these institutions are involved as well, right? Intent wasn't, is not to favor one or the other. It's just trying to, get us through this process and, ensure that we have the right system in place. So we'll go back and make sure, like I said, we're sort of open up the can of worms just a bit and pushing this back a few weeks. So let's make sure that, I'll work with law again on getting that language in a way that shows that more prominently.
We want to make sure that that equipment is up to par on Atlanta Metropolitan Tech, just like Georgia State. And we will be looking at that.
Understood.
And once again, I know our intentions, you worked amazing on this project. Your intentions were to roll it out the best way, and the can of worms did open up because we had to go and I've been talking to both sides. I know my name isn't on this legislation, but I've been in the weeds fully on this, and I understand that budgets are budgets, and they get their budget from our governor, puts in the budget into education, and then our education czar, Sonny Perdue, then spreads out the funding. And as a city who's made sure that Georgia State was able to grow, as a city made sure Atlanta Tech gets the partnerships with our high schools, I want to make sure that our kids and the entire city gets the right stuff, because I don't think that our governor has been equitable with things. Our state has a history of not being equitable with things. So as a city, if we are going to roll out this program and we chose the schools that they're going to be on, I think that whenever we sign our hands, I want to make sure we gave both of them the same things.
Yeah, understood. And just as a note, there is a provision in there that we're going to work with finance on attempting to set aside a portion of those PEG funds for capital improvements as well. We've got to work with them on how that can be done, but we wanted to ensure that was part of these provisions as well, that we know that equipment goes, it doesn't last forever, right? So some of those investments as well, we can ensure that it's equitably split between the institutions and between the community.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
That takes us to 25R3903, resolution by Ms. Overstreet designating the Utoy Creek watershed lying within the city of Atlanta as the Utoy Creek Urban Forest, designating all city-owned property, including the Utoy Creek Urban Forest boundary, including but not limited to the listed nature preserves, as the Utoy Creek Urban Forest Natural Area, requesting the mayor or his designee, the Departments of Parks and Rec, Watershed, Planning, and the Mayor's Office of Sustainability to take whatever action shall be necessary to implement the urban forest and urban forest natural area designation and for other purposes. At the request of the author, I will make a motion to hold this item. Second by Mr. Lewis. If there's nothing else, let's open that vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. This item is held in committee.
All right, thank you. I will make a motion to bring forward a substitute for 25R 3972. Second by Juan. Let's open that vote.
One moment. The vote is open. The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. The substitute is before you.
All right, and this is 25R 3972, substitute resolution by City Utilities, authorizing the mayor on behalf of the Mayor's Office of Sustainability and Resilience to donate an amount not to exceed $17,500 to Possibility Labs as fiscal sponsor of the Guild Collective LLC, pursuant to the section of the charter listed here, to support the development of a local grocer at 918 Dill Avenue, Atlanta, authorizing the mayor or his designee to enter into any necessary agreements to effectuate the donation, to authorize the CFO to make all payments from the accounts listed herein and for other purposes.
Mr. Vice Chair, I just would like to mention that the nature of the substitute is to incorporate the correct account information.
Thank you. Mr. Warren.
Thank you. That segues perfectly into my question. I'm curious as to what the funding source is. I just see the account numbers, but there's no title.
Greetings, everyone. J. Olu Baiwu, Mayor's Office of Sustainability Resilience. I'm sorry, could you repeat the question, Councilman?
The funding source, I see the account numbers, but I don't know what actual account that is. I just want to confirm it's not the trust fund.
Oh, no, it's not the trust fund. It is a general fund. We've been in communication with Department of Finance, and I believe the information was included.
I just see the account number, but not a title of it. General fund from the department or non-departmental, or?
No, it's not from our department, no.
So then where is it coming from? Is it from Watershed?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a lot of money. Someone should have the answer to this. All right. Since this is the last piece of legislation, Mr. Vice Chair, I mean, I'll let this one fly, but I'd like an answer before Monday.
We have a held paper to deal with, so maybe someone will fly in here. But I doubt it. All right, let's move on to our last paper, which is, it's a held item, 25R 3895, resolution by utilities authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement listed, EIB Valley of the Hawks Constructed Wetlands Project with Integral Municipal Services Corp. / Rockdale Pipeline Joint Venture on behalf of Watershed for a term to commence on the date a notice to proceed is issued for 18 months in an amount not to exceed $11,717,733. All contracted work will be charged to and paid from, et cetera. My motion is to amend by adding the IPRO report. Second by Juan. If there's no questions, let's open that vote on the amendment.
The vote is open. Vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. This item has been amended.
And I will second that. Questions, comments? Motion is to approve as amended. Let's open the vote.
vote is open. The vote is closed. 4 yeas, 1 nay. This item is favorable as amended.
Thank you. We are now back to the substitute paper. Motion to approve by Westmoreland. I'm going to second that. Let's open the vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. This item is favorable on substitute.
Mr. Vice Chair, I would still like an answer to my question before Monday, please, or I will pull this off of consent. Thank you.
Duly noted. There will be no other warnings. Do we have any other business? Apparently not.
No, Mr. Vice Chair, we do not.
Any announcements, witticisms, et cetera? Seeing none, we're adjourned. Thank you.
Good job, Jarvis. Oh.